Welcome to my unboxing and first look of the Vantec NexStar SuperSpeed USB 3 and eSATA Dual Bay hard drive dock. So this drive bay dock, of course, is a hard drive dock, so you can slot a 3 1/4 inch hard drive in there, or a 2.5 inch drive bay in there. They all work fine. You have your eject button there, you have your power button, and this all connects by way of USB 3, eSATA, and a power button, a power jack. So this means I can connect an internal hard drive and have it as an external backup. So I can just take a drive bay out of another computer and slot it right in there. Same with a 2.5 inch laptop drive, same with an SSD, same with anything, it just plugs in and works. All by way of USB 3 and eSATA. Yes, this is backwards compatible, so I could connect it up to a USB 2 port if I wanted to, but it would be slower and measly. It would be a lot slower. So the ideal cable, of course, is the USB 3. That's the fastest way to get speeds. And I shall go ahead and put a drive in and show you what this looks like when it's all powered up and working. Just another little tour of the box. You got a I/O there. Busy indicators for drive 1 and drive 2. Vantec logo on the front and the top there. And the box is just a nice red box with a bit of foam in it, really. A bit of foam in the packaging. And the other kind of the box is just product information. All that basic stuff, really. I mean, it's just a dual bay 3 1/4 inch to 2 1/4 inch drive bay. It's pretty simple. Slot a drive in there, plug it in, press power button, away you go. So I'll go ahead and put 2 drives in there and see how it performs. Alright, so I've got a brand new WD green drive here. I'm going to just take it out of the anti-static packaging. And be careful not to break the moisture bag. I'm just going to slot her in until it clicks and feels like it's snug in. I'm going to hit the power button. And then listen at least. My god, there's a drive in there. These new WD green drives have just been released and I can hardly hear that. I know that it's there because of the new hardware edition. So we're going to go to the computer here. And then we're going to see that it looks to be there. But it might be busy formatting itself. I'm not sure. We'll go ahead and go to Manage and go to our, zoom out a bit here, go to the disk management. I'll zoom in a bit so you guys can see it too. Disk management, and then okay, so it isn't coming up yet just yet, but it should. I'll be back in a second. Alright, so this time I just turned off the drive and plugged it back in again, and it just seems to work. I just went to my computer, right clicked it, clicked manage, and then clicked disk options. And as you can see here, it's coming up saying we found a disk, and if you want to use one of the following partition styles, I want to use the GUID partition table because this is a 3 TB drive and I want the 4K byte sectors and all the other good things that come with the GUID partition table, including ability to really kind of read drives that are bigger than 3 TB. If you went with master boot record, it wouldn't be the same. So go ahead and click that, and it'll go ahead and kind of partition it. So now we have disk 2. I'm going to go ahead and I'll zoom out a bit on the camera. go ahead and right click it and say new simple volume. I'll zoom out and move it up a bit so you can see what I'm doing. So this here is just saying what the volume you want to be. So this is where you can create a partition. I could have 1.5 terabytes and then another 1.5 terabytes, but I'm just going to do a full volume here and click next. And this is where you can assign the drive letter or mount the following. Drive letter D will be fine. Go ahead and click next. This here is the file system that I want. The allocation unit size, I could change it from big files. And the volume enable shall be, let's make it external 1. Wait. External 3 terabyte. G. The G there is for the green drives. Enable file and folder compression. I don't want that. I don't want a quick format. That's just a little checklist. That looks all good. Hit next. Hit finish, and it will format the drive. As you can see, now it's formatted, and the drive is now ready to use. It's actually flashing down the bottom now like it's a new setup drive, which is what it is. Now see here, got my external, and I can go ahead and start writing to it. So now I'm just going to go run a few tests and just make sure everything worked, and do a few read and write tests. I'll get that up for you in a second. So to test the drive speeds, I'm just using HD TuneUp, and it's the free download. You can pay if you get a pro version, but this is just the best thing for it. So I've selected the drive, I'm just going to click start, and this will go through a series of tests to test the read speeds, spin up speeds, and write speeds. Notice how the drive spin up there. And straight off, we see here the drive speed tests. The minimum is already 136 megabytes per second, and looks to be off to an okay-ish start. I'll let this run through and it'll test all of those things on the side there, and I'll get those results to you. Alright, so the tests are finished, and as you can see it's got pretty good write speeds and pretty good read speeds as well. Fairly standard for a green drive these days. Nothing super awesome, but nothing shabby as well. I mean, the access time's fairly normal, the average is normal, faster than the previous versions obviously, and that maximum speed's fairly good for USB 3 and an external drive. Even for a green drive it's good, and the burst rate fine, and everything else is good. So I'll go ahead and start to copy a few things over, and I'll do a few tests on this external drive and the external enclosure to see whether or not it can handle 2 drives at the same time, whether it can run it on eSATA as well as USB 3, and just a few other things about it. So far so good. That busy light is good, and the power button of course is good, and it's a very silent drive, and it's a very silent overall. I'm happy with it. So stay tuned for the next video. If you liked this video, please don't forget to subscribe to Todds Tech Tips for unboxings, reviews, and other computer videos.